could even happen as early as the end of 2009 if Fedor's management team would just chill out and not demand what they demand. I mean, they want lots of money. They don't want Fedor to be under an exclusive UFC contract, which means they want to allow him to fight elsewhere while he fights in UFC. You know, it's stuff like that UFC doesn't want. UFC says, no, if you're going to fight for us, you're going to come on and you're going to be under contract with us. So that's where that kind of, that stands. Jose, you still with me? I've been ranting and raving, man, ranting and raving. We got.
You know what? It's all good because I just ate some cookies, so I'm actually good until dinner. So that worked out pretty well.
All right, no doubt. I'm going to let you answer this one. A loyal, diehard fan from the chat. Got us here every single week. Legend Killer, what's up, man?
What's going on, man? How's it going?
It's going,
Let it
man.
be, Legend.
Yeah, man, I wasn't able to hear last week, but if you're happy Legend Killer's back, people in the chat, let me hear a hoorah.
No doubt.
Had to do it.
All right, buddy, you got, is that it?
No, man, no. I don't know if you mentioned, you might have mentioned it last week, like I said, I wasn't here, but about, spoiler TNA. Hang on, I'll give everybody about 5 seconds, 10 seconds. Put down your headsets if you don't want to hear a TNA spoiler. Turn your volume off, something. All right, that's all time. All right, with Lance Hoy, whatever you want to call him, and Jimmy Rave apparently being done with TNA, where do you see them going? Because Jimmy Rave, this is something I've always thought was kind of interesting. He, right before he went to TNA, I remember the first time I ever saw him in TNA, he main evented a ROH show with Bryan Danielson. And the week after, I see him coming out wearing this guitar outfit. I'm like, there's no way that's the same guy.
I know, it was crazy. He used to, I would expect Rave, definitely, man, to go back to Ring of Honor, because that's where he got to start. That's where, he was one of the main guys. You just said something about, you saw him in a main event with, I forget who you said, but Jimmy Rave, Lance Hoyt, I don't know what's going to happen with him. He may just kind of be lost in the shuffle. But Jimmy Rave, I believe, will go back to Ring of Honor. It was sad to see Rave go, but the gimmick that they gave him in TNA, I agree with the guitar around his neck and the long hair and the tag gimmick and that. I don't know. You know Jimmy Rave, right, Jose?
I think I know who you're talking about. He was on.
Good.
He was on this
great
past
worker,
Thursday, right?
Yeah. That was his final match this past Thursday. So he's good, man. He's a great worker in the ring. It's just where he winds up. I don't think he's going to head to WWE. He's great on the mic too. He's got great mic skills. But as far as WWE, that's once again just a case of the guy doesn't have the luck. You know what I mean, man? So Jimmy Rave likely back to Ring of Honor here in the next couple of weeks. Let's take you want to take another phone call or what?
Go for it.
Let's do it to it. Thane from the chat room. What's up, man? You're live on WZR Radio.
What's going on, man? I've been reading your site for a long time. First time I've actually been here in the chat and listened to the show.
Oh, thanks, man. I appreciate it.
Kind of touching on what Legend Killer said about Rave and The Rock, what do you think is going to happen with all these releases and how they're going to factor into the ROH show? And also, ROH, do you think the TV is good for them? Because it seemed to kill the TV today when they got the big TV deal.
Yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. The only thing about the ROH TV deal is it may be a little quick. It may be a little fast, you know what I mean? And then as far as released TNA talent going to Ring of Honor, I'm sure that Ring of Honor would be interested in guys such as Petey Williams and Jimmy Rave, especially Jimmy Rave, a guy that's been there in the past. But keep in mind that Jimmy Rave was the guy that was under the ROH booking of Gabe Sapolsky, and Gabe Sapolsky is no longer there now. So, how these new bookers and how Kerry Silken, the ROH owner, how they feel about Rave and his past work. I believe Rave would have a good shot. Petey Williams, I don't see why not, just because He's got great in ring work. Lance Hoyt, that's a little iffy. That's a little iffy on that one. You know Lance Hoyt, right? I know you don't follow too much TNA. That's why I'm trying to answer these questions.
No, it's all good. I mean, I'm actually listening and learning more. I mean, Petey Williams obviously is the one that I know out of all of them, and me personally, it would be nice to see him in the WWE, but he'll just get lost in the shuffle. Maybe if they push him like a Rey Mysterio type of character, but that's not going to happen. So I would rather have him go elsewhere rather than, of course, get lost in the shuffle. But I'm a definitely big Petey fan, though.
All right, let's get back into some news, and then you guys that are on the phone lines, hold on, and for the final 5 minutes, I'm going to get back to some of you guys. I just want to get through a little bit of news in 5 minutes. Let me just run down a couple things. Jose, you jump in, you cut me off, man, if you got something to say about anything that I mentioned. Mickey Rourke, no Oscar on Sunday night. Poor guy.
That doesn't surprise me.
Sean, it went to Sean Penn for a movie that he did, but did the WrestleMania rumors have something to do with it? You know, it's possible. The Oscars, the Academy looks down on stuff like that.